Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends. No bidding this morning. I'm charging my speaker. Yay! It did not rain yesterday afternoon or evening. It's not raining now, though it is gray, overcast, foggy, and chill. Though not cold. Thumbs up for that. I largely slept. I took a Benadryl tablet, so that it would make me drowsy. And then I was too warm. I had a sheet and a fleecy blanket on, and my left inner thigh muscle cramped up this morning. I hate getting Charlie horses and delicate muscles like that, so thumbs up. Past that though, front loading of videos, hey, if you could toss me a like, that'd be awesome. If you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be very cool. If you could leave me a comment, that'd be double plus good. And even though I can't put up the full list of my Patreon patrons right now, I do wish to thank these Patreon patrons as well. Thank you very much. For now, I'm putting up at least a few names running through the list of all the people that help to keep me alive. Without these people's help, I and my aging pet would be hosed like Christmas monkeys, and that is no way to be hosed. So if you would like to become a patron, help to keep me alive, I have links in the video description along with a PayPal for possible donations, an Amazon wishlist link that I desperately need to go through and fix. So sorry about that, but thumbs up, thank you, and front loading of videos over. Yay! Oh, yay! First off, my leg. I wake up this morning, it is still swollen in a general way, but not bad. The local swelling around the actual infection point in my ankle is not present, but that's good. Toward the end of the day, of course, with gravity pulling all my bodily fluids down into my lower extremities and the damage to my lymph system, there's going to be some swelling as the day goes by, but it's not bad. Yes, there's some discoloration, some redness, but I also have just insanely delicate and reactive skin. I used to be to the point that I could go like this, and I would have 4 bright red lines running across my skin. As I've gotten older, that response has faded. Up here, down below, when I first take my support stockings off that I've worn for like 8 hours, my leg looks like I've got infections everywhere, bright red spots all the way down it that fade in moments and are gone. I have insanely reactive skin. As mentioned, it's also insanely delicate for that measure, because back when I first got glasses when I was a child in 9th grade, frames were heavy and lenses were heavy, and so just the normal weight of glasses would break down the skin on my nose and behind my ears. Just open wounds, pressure sores. It was light frames and plastic lenses that saved my life. I have just insanely reactive skin that way. So when I take off my shoes, they are bright red in any place that I'm being touched. It looks frightening. My wife, before she died, she was a licensed practical nurse. And I was getting cellulitis all the time when I was married to her. And every time I would take off my shoes and she would see my feet, she would be really worried about cellulitis. But it was just, no, it's just the pressure. Just pressure. I turn bright red. Yay! But it is doing better. I panicked and freaked out because it got worse after the injection. But after a few days of, I guess that was more just the momentum of the disease. Sure, those brakes were slammed on here, but there's a lot of weight and inertia. It takes time to stop and then start going back. So we're doing pretty good. And I got calls from a nurse and a social worker from the Veterans Administration yesterday. They wanted me doing follow-up. There, my laptop's ramping up again. They wanted to make sure I'm doing okay and to make sure that if things don't go well, to go to the ER again and such like that. I talked about the need for a social worker. I'm going to be talking with the social worker next week. When I said I need a lot of help with a lot of things, she was right there and open to saying, yes, we can try and cover as much of this as possible. So I may have accidentally got my foot in the door to getting some social work help to help. So that would be good. Oh, we shall see about that. Definitely thumbs up. She has emailed me a list of, I already know where there's food resources in town. I know where the food bank is. One of the biggest reasons that I have issues with going to the food bank is, number one, my massive social anxieties, and then number two, I'm over 60 now. And the covfefe bug is not kind to older, younger, and people with issues. I don't want to get the covfefe bug. Yes, I've been vaccinated. Yes, I've had one booster a time back with the variants changing. I can't afford to get the covfefe bug, and especially the long covfefe bug symptoms afterward. There is one person who has a channel. She got the bug. She has been hospitalized since from the long effects of this that have been horrific, spending most of her time in the hospital. I don't need that. I don't know well how I can survive something like that. And in tight spaces with recycled air, it just takes one person. Just takes one. Now, I do not know how prevalent the covfefe bug is in Mason County anymore. I mean, there may be no cases, nobody getting it, and that's why nobody's worried. But again, largely it's my social anxieties as well. Getting out amongst people in close contact like that is very, very stressful. So, yay. But we're going to see what happens. As well, there are things for people that you can contact and ask if they will take care of pets. Unfortunately, at least half of them you have to pay, which I understand. But I can't pay for things like that when I'm already struggling to eat all day of the month. So, but I'm doing well right now. I would say, do not need to be hospitalized. I walked up to Walmart and back last night because there's stuff that I need to buy, just every month that is cheaper to get at Walmart, unfortunately. So 6-mile round trip, and my leg did good. I had some spots where my ankle was really sore and did not want to be out there walking. But I made it home, and it was good. So thumbs up for that. Now that's what's going on with my leg, because I'm all done with the doxycycline as well. I am on just the tail end of the antibiotic shot for Monday, and this upcoming Monday I have to go to the clinic at 2:30. Well, I have to be there at 2:30 to get my next IV shot. It's not a shot, my next intravenous treatment. So thumbs up on that. Let me check what else I have on my list. Oh yes, this is a thank you, and I hate executive function and dysfunction. On the plus side, in the mail showed up 4 assorted meal flavors from Nexor EH. Thank you again so very much. You have been so kind. It is greatly appreciated. I have issues as a high-functioning autistic person. One of my problems is I have troubles expressing things like gratitude because I find it hard to human being. But I am so grateful, so appreciative. Thank you so much for absolutely everything you have done. It has been incredible. Thumbs up and thank you. And you have put yourself down in this laptop down in comments. Please do not. Your help has been appreciated. And this laptop, yeah, it's got some tiny issues with it, but those are tiny issues. It's great. Thank you so very much. And since I've got a whole bunch of stuff here, I discovered a random HDMI cable that I didn't even know that I had lying around. So I plugged it into the back of the laptop. I have 2 monitors. The one monitor that's straight in front of me that I have the PlayStation camera sitting at top is the one that I normally have my desktop attached to. There's the one off to the side that I have my consoles hooked to. Well, I've just been having that one because with my computer down, this one hasn't been working. Well, with the HDMI cable, I plugged it into the laptop and then went into the various settings and put it up to 1920 by 1080. Now I've got a 1920 by 1080 display on my first monitor right in front of me again from the laptop. Thumbs up for that. A very good thing. So what else do I have on this list? Oh yes, this one's, I got it written down as two things, but it's not really two things. Checking the time. Number one, stochastic blindness. I hate stochastic blindness. Now, what do I mean by stochastic blindness? Let's say I'm looking for this blue lighter, and I know it's on the table, and I know I put it down in a specific area of that table. You know, not the specific spot, just it was on the left side. Well, I gestured to the right. It was on the right side. So I'm looking for the blue lighter. Now, it could be actually sitting on top of the laptop right in front of me. But because I'm expecting it to be over here, I won't even see that. And this is a absolute human thing. You have this happen too. This is why you can set something down and it vanishes. It's still right in front of you, but because it's not where you expect it, your brain literally does not see it, even though it is right there. Because I have been frustrated at points like that and gone, I need to stop looking. It's right in front of me, but I'm getting frustrated so I can't see it. And then 10 minutes later, look down and go, it was right here. I'm dealing with a lot of stochastic blindness today. I cannot find my container of ibuprofen. I keep it in a little box on the floor here right next to me. It's not in the box that I expected it to be in. I can't see it anywhere, but I used it last night before I went to bed while sitting here. So it's here, just not where my brain is expecting it, so I'm literally not able to see it. And that is irritating and funny at the same time, so thumbs up. But what else we have? Oh yes, laughing at tragedy. I have a dark sense of humor. I have a pretty strong sense of mockery. I laugh at things that aren't funny. Sometimes laughing because it's not funny in that it's just something like, hey, here's a tube of glue. And then you just keep going on about the tube of glue until it becomes so unfunny that it can become funny. And then there's the things that are not funny because they're not funny, like attacks where, explosive devices go off and people die, or automobile accidents, or planes crashing. These things aren't funny. But sometimes because they're not funny, they are funny. I am a member of the United States. I am an American citizen, a U.S. citizen. I watched on live television on September 11th, 2001, while I was working in a nursing home. So I watched this thing. I saw it. People died. A lot of people died. Horribly. It's not funny. Which means it can be freaking hysterical. I have seen memes of the two towers instead represented by handfuls of standing spaghetti, and then a Photoshop of spaghetti sauce smacking into these two spaghetti towers. And then someone just going, oh my god, this isn't funny. And then the other person down below replying that with, Mamma Mia! That is horrible. It is insensitive. I laugh like an idiot when I think about that. The other one that I just saw the other day that really offended somebody on Twitter, and I understand why, thoroughly. They weren't in the towers, they weren't even on the same coast, but the way that they were working and doing things, they considered themselves a survivor, and I can understand that. Somebody posted a picture of the two towers One of them had a baby's face on it, and then in this hand was a spoonful of baby food coming down towards the baby face, because hey, here comes the airplane. I laughed. That's not funny, which makes it hysterical. And so it really offended, rightfully so, at least one person that saw that, the one that considers themselves a survivor. And I understand. That's offensive. It's horrible. Which is why it's funny. I am still traumatized by the death of my wife. She's been dead almost 10 years. I've reached the point I can make jokes about her dying. It's not funny. Which makes it funny. So thank goodness there are people out there like me that think the same way. Maybe not a lot of us, but the big thing is humor and all that mockery. You're not laughing at the victims. You're not laughing at the actual tragedy. You're laughing at death. You're trying to take the sting out of death. You can't stop the fact that you are going to die one day. You can't change that. Your death is coming at you like a freight train at the rate of 1 day per day, and you don't know when it's going to hit you. We can't stop that. But you can change how you view that. If you look at it as a tragedy, as fear, as something to be hated, your life is going to be largely miserable if you look at it in that fashion. But if you can laugh at death, if you can take some of the sting out of death by mocking it, to lower some of your own pain, yeah, that's a thoroughly valid thing to do. We do that a lot. If you've watched the Harry Potter films before, all the anti-trans stuff and J.K. Rowling showing herself to be the worst kind of turf, one of the things from the books and the movies was there was the big bad evil thing, and they showed you mock it and laugh at it, and it takes its power away. Yeah, when I'm laughing at, those jokes about real things where real people died, and it's not funny. We're not laughing at the tragedy. We're laughing at death to try and take some of the sting away. Thumbs up for that. Let's see, checking my time, and what else do I have on my list here? Oh yes, this is the last thing before I go through and thank people. I actually attempted to record Minecraft yesterday. Did about 40 minutes worth. Did a lot of stuff, a lot of adventuring. I started to build a house in a cavern, breaking ground, have foundations. I double-clicked my controller because I have my controller set up. You double-press the share button, it starts to record. I double-pressed the share button to record. It gave me the little symbol up in the corner that says, I'm recording now. And it gave me the little sign on there, the little ba-ding, to say, I'm recording. And then I recorded for 40 minutes, and then, again, you double-tap the share key, and it stops recording. That has always worked. Yesterday, when I said, start recording, please, and it said, you got it, boss. When I double-clicked it at the end, it said, okay, we're going to start recording. I was like, wait a minute. You already told me you were recording. What do you mean you're going to start recording again? All of that, all of the stuff that I had done, gone. It didn't record it. I don't know what the heck goes on periodically, but I have had the occasional glitch and crash because consoles are complicated things. So I got to check my storage on there to make sure it wasn't too big. I got to make sure that when I double click that thing to make sure it is actually recording. I don't know what to do if it just doesn't. So there's that. And of course, I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. And I count with my hand. Mostly it's something to do while I talk. It's American Sign Language. I used to know it pretty good, but it's been 20 years, so I know a little, not much. Okay, call up my Chrome. I'm going to read from this is too small. I'm going to have to read from over here. Oh boy, I can't read from this distance. Jesse Koskinen, it's actually spring in Finland. Thumbs up, a very good thing. There is Nexar EH. Thank you very, very much. Greatly appreciated. A good thing, and I will be getting you that tag, that ID for the laptop. I've been fighting executive dysfunction and all sorts of stuff. This infection in my leg and just the stress of everything going on. I'm lucky I can function at all, to be honest. I'm amazed I've done this well. But I will get that to you as soon as possible. JAYY, thumbs up, thank you. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Then there is a KNO Buddy, I think. I'm at a distance where, because I've got it 1920 by 1080, the monitor down here for the actual laptop, it's set up for 1366 by 768. I can't read this. It is way too small. But at the distance my monitor is, I am nearsighted in this eye, farsighted in this eye, and I have astigmatism in both eyes. I use the bifocal part of these for up close. I use this part for far away. My monitor right there is now absolutely in the perfect zone where if I look through it in the bifocal part, can't read it at all. It's too far away. I look through it through the non-bifocal part, I can't see it. It's too close. I look at it without glasses, I can partially, in fact, yeah, I can see it better without. So while I'm doing this, KNO Buddy, thumbs up and thank you. We have Chicken Man of Toy Story, haha, thumbs up and thank you. What? No, who pointed out that I need to change the About section on my channel here. Miguel Angel MH, who said something very nice. Thank you very, very much. And then we have Dante Wolf, thumbs up and thank you. Floramu, greatly appreciated, who actually said quite a whole bit of stuff, and I wish I'd remembered that. But thank you very, very much. It is greatly appreciated. And then we have Chris, thumbs up and thank you. Beyond the Capsule, greatly appreciated. RJ Mitchell, thumbs up and thank you. There is, I don't know how to pronounce it properly, but RESUMIDO, PEDIDO, thumbs up, thank you very much, greatly appreciated. Each and every one of you get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, and that is appreciated to no end. Thumbs up and thank you. Well, today is a weekend, not really a whole lot to be done on a weekend, so I'm going to take it easy, try to keep my leg a-healing. I'm going to, of course, have to go walkies later tonight, probably a full 6-mile walkies again. I mean, my leg hurt when I got back, but it is doing so much better. Definitely a thumbs up. Hopefully you can get done the things that you would like to get done. That would be a, ooh, I got, excuse me, tummy tum-tum. Hopefully you can get done the things that you would like to get done. That would be a very good thing. Hopefully I'm not too far off what I was saying. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is, quite frankly, a very good thing. And again, Nexor EH, thank you so very much. I really like these. I have been spritzing him into glasses of water. I'm trying to figure out exactly how many glasses of water I should drink on a sort of every X amount of time drink X amount of water, because that's just the way my brain works. So thumbs up and thank each and every one of you. I can't remember if I said the rest of the things I was going to say, but I've got this all ready to go. And while I could edit this part out, at least for the time being,